This is my research project proposal, a texture analysis of The Dark by Jackson King, which is me. I apologize for the weird voice. I am currently sick and I lost my voice, so I'm trying my best here. Introduction. Hello, my name is Jackson, and today I'll be presenting my research project proposal. The primary source I chose is called The Dark. The story is about Doug, a man whose wife, Ellie, has recently passed away, navigating the challenges of dating. The story uses humor and irony to go more in depth on the ideas of grief and the absurdity of life. For this project, I'll be using a textual analysis approach to see how the story's use of humor and irony helps to show the difficulties of grief and moving on. My research question is, how does this story use humor and irony to explore the complexities of grief and moving on after the loss of a spouse? This is my summary and analysis. The story follows Doug, a man whose wife, Ellie, recently has died as he navigates the challenges of dating. Doug's story is very awkward, but also has a tinge of humor and unexpected twists. For example, during his first date, Doug makes a joke about having grandchildren and nervously winks, making the reader cringe, which shows the humor that follows his struggle to reconnect with the world. Later, he's on a second date with Marcy Gearing, who turns out to be his old wife's high school enemy. This twist adds a layer of irony to the story. The humor in these moments has two purposes. It lightens the mood of Doug's grief, making the story more relatable, but also it shows the absurdity of life after loss, showing even in moments of pain, life can be pretty funny. The irony of Doug dating someone Ellie despised adds a new point of depth to the story, since it forces Doug to confront his memories of Ellie while still trying to move forward. These moments of humor are not just for entertainment. They also reveal how complex grief can be. Doug's awkwardness and the twists in his dating life show how moving on is never easy. Instead, it's unpredictable and absurd. This is the background knowledge. From analyzing the source, I can tell that the story shows the attitude people have about grief and aging, specifically the challenges of getting through life after losing a spouse. Today, where online dating is a common way for older adults to reconnect, and meeting new people in real life is really difficult, the story's portrayal of Doug's awkward attempts at dating feels relatable and in touch. This use of humor to address such a heavy topic is a lot like stories now, where comedy is used to explore complicated emotions. The story also touches on the experience of feeling alone after losing a loved one. Doug's realization that he doesn't fully know his wife connects with the bigger discussions about memory, identity, and the passage of time. These themes are not only relevant to the story, but also relevant to the conversations we have now about how we process loss and rebuild our lives. My working thesis, this is it, is that through its use of humor and irony, the story goes into the complex subject of grief, showing how even in moments of loss, life continues in unexpected ways. In conclusion, my research question is, how does the story use humor and irony to explore the complexities of grief and moving on after the loss of a spouse? Through my analysis, I've seen that the story uses humor and irony to show how life continues in unexpected and often absurd ways, even in moments of loss. This is the book. Thank you for listening.